What's going on, guys? So we have an actual clip from the Mandalorian Season 3 dropping today, actually yesterday, and I haven't watched it yet, so I want to go ahead and watch it with you guys live, as well as do like a reaction. We can talk about it a little bit. But the Mandalorian is dropping March 1st. That's in literally 13 days. It's 6 a.m. right now, currently Pacific Standard Time, February 17th, and we're getting the Mandalorian in about 13 days or so now. And I couldn't be more excited because this show has been long overdue. We've been waiting for this since Mandalorian Season 2, and we all remember that finale. The watch party for that one was absolutely amazing. Over 35,000 people were watching together with me, with the community, and it was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had on the channel, and I can't wait to do it again with you guys. So let's go ahead and watch this clip. Let's see what it's all about. I see that they did do a recap as well. I haven't watched that one, but I assume it's just a recap. But I'm actually going through The Mandalorian right now, Season 1 and Season 2, in its entirety, just to get fully refreshed and caught up for when the show does come out, so that I'm ready to go and I don't miss a beat. Official clip, The Mandalorian Disney Plus. I don't know when this takes place, but let's just go ahead and check it out.
Now, as I was saying, there's a beautiful parcel available right down here by the flats.
I appreciate the offer, but I have some matters to look after.
Well, I'm confused. I thought you had completed your mission, but you're still running around here with the same little critter.
It's using the Force to... It's
complicated. I completed my quest. He returned to me. I removed my helmet, and now I'm an apostate.
Which is all the more reason for you to stay here with us. Where you're from, you may be an apostate, but here, you'd be landed gentry.
All right, a few things I want to mention right off the bat. Grogu's Force abilities are now to a point where he's just toying with them. And he's just playing, turning around in the chair, using the Force. And we've seen Yoda do this, actually, in the prequel trilogy, where he would use the Force to actually turn. And this was at the very end of Revenge of the Sith, when he was sitting on Polis Massa with Obi-Wan and Bail Organa, when, the twins had been born. And he actually turns, and we don't see him do this, but Yoda's legs aren't long enough to actually move, so he's using the Force to turn with the chair. So that's kind of like a little nod to Yoda, I would say, or just using the Force, and he's using it to toy with things. So whatever his training was with Luke, however limited and short it was, he definitely did learn something. And he definitely did increase his Force abilities. So I don't know if they're now at the point that they were when he was training at the Jedi Temple in the prequel trilogy, since he is 50 years old now. So, meaning he's as old as Anakin. He would have been about 20, 25 years old up until the point that Order 66 happened, when he was at the Jedi Temple. So he had about 20 years of training with the Jedi Masters, from when he was an infanter and born. Now, beyond that, of course, he's using the Force to get the candy, as we saw, which means that he definitely has a much higher ability to use the Force now as before. So this means he's not going to get tired as easily when he uses the Force, like in the previous seasons, where he just uses a bit of it and he's just passed out for a while, which means the story will progress much more quickly in terms of him not having downtime, reload time, which is fun. We want to see him kick butt and, not get sleepy every time he does something cool. He did use the Force in a bit of a dark way when he was choking out Cara Dune. And that's a different topic on its own, how they're going to deal with her absence in the show now. So I do want to see if he's still able to now use those dark side abilities, or if he's using them even more, or if he has completely abstained from them from his training with Luke to learn that, hey, there are certain abilities that you should and shouldn't use because some are a little more dark. Or is Grogu just more of a Legends Luke Skywalker trainee student, where he kind of uses all aspects of the Force and doesn't let that define him, but rather his choices, as Dumbledore would say. Let's go ahead and watch it one more time and see if there's anything else I missed. Not too much in the scene. I mean, there's not really too much to break down here.
Now, as I was saying, there's a beautiful
statue of a dude in the background. It reminds me of the Lost 20 statues, but I have no idea who this guy is. Grief Carga is, he's very royal now in this scene. Nice blinged out necklace, with the emerald jewel. Could be a kyber crystal, probably not, but it looks dope. He's got this nice red robe looking thing, whatever's going on here, and with some encrusted jewelry or whatever it is. So clearly he's a man of great fortune, a man of great respect, a man of royalty, of prestige now in the town. Now, as for Cara Dune, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to handle her character going forwards, as Gina Carano was unfortunately and wrongfully let go from the show. I don't know how they're going to deal with it, and we're going to have to wait and see.
Parcel available right down here by the flats.
So Grief Carga is obviously trying to sell Mando like an estate, being like, hey, look, you may be an outcast with your own kind, but you know what? With us, you are very welcome, and you can stay with us, you can chill. And what's the deal with the kid? Why is he still with you? And it's true. He was assigned to do a job. Grief Carga gave him the job, essentially gave him the tip on the job in season 1. And he's still rolling around with Grogu. And that's, of course, because he's adopted him as his own son.
I appreciate the offer, but I have some matters to look after.
Well, I'm confused.
So this must be probably just after season 2. Probably after the Book of Boba Fett. So this is before he goes on his voyage to sort of reclaim his honor as a Mandalorian, as the armorer told him to go into the springs on the, beneath Mandalore. So this must be his mission before going to Mandalore. This is before that.
I thought you had completed your mission, but you're still running around here with the same little critter.
It's complicated. I completed my quest. He returned to me. I removed my helmet, and now...
So I think now they're just giving a bit of a... I think this is for the audience, for the people who didn't watch the Book of Boba Fett. They're kind of, they're doing this in the show where we know what happened because we're avid watchers. We've watched Book of Boba Fett, we watched Mandalorian, and we're caught up, we're up to date. But for the people who maybe haven't seen Book of Boba Fett, because there are a lot of people that are confused as to why Grogu is now back with Mando, they're like, that makes no sense. Didn't Luke take him? So Mando is now just like explaining it, and that's just, just getting everyone caught up sort of thing.
I'm an apostate.
Which is all the more reason for you to stay here with us. Where you're from, you may be an apostate, but here, you'd be landed gentry.
So again, he was an outcast with his people, but here on Nevarro 7, he will be treated as more so with respect, with royalty almost, so to speak. And it's nice to see, Grief Carga back in his role, and of course, giving Mando a bit of a tour of, this newfound respect and power that he has. And as for Mando, there isn't anything really new about him that I can see. My only question is, I don't see the Darksaber hanging from his belt, which is a little bit confusing.
Hey, there's a beautiful parcel available right down here by the flats.
I appreciate the offer.
Not much else to add. I'm pretty excited for the show. Except for Gina Carano not making an appearance, I do think the show will be pretty successful. I do think it'll be fun. Again, my gripe is, why is Grogu with Mando? I think it's a big L that they actually had him return so early in the game. You've seen my videos and my talks about what I think should have happened. I think he should have stayed a little bit longer with Luke, and Mando went on his own trials and tribulations. They both grow in their own character development on their own right. We see a bit more Luke, and then gets reunited together again, maybe a little bit later in the season, or halfway, or even a couple episodes in. But I think that would have been a better choice. This way, it's just a little too rushed, but I guess, for rating's sake, it's going to be better, because Mando is with Grogu again, and that's, what a lot of the mainstream people are coming for. They're coming for Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian. But we'll see what happens going forward. So we're going to see if there will be a season 4. We're going to see what happens with the Mandalorian. Will he get his honor back or not? Will he join Bo Katan? Will they rival? Will there be a bigger threat that comes in? Will it be Thrawn, or perhaps a Dark Jedi? There are a lot of cool questions, but I'm looking forward to experiencing it all with you guys in the watch parties. March 1st, can't be more excited to start this journey once again after over 2.5 years of waiting. Love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you all in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you.